All right. Let me just get my lead wrench to get his ass here. Just give me a second here. It's hard to believe we're on the 149th iteration, which is also known as a stream. So tomorrow will be 150. And we've only got 17 subscribers, so if you're not fucking hitting the subscribe button, you fucking better right now. There you go. Here, I need to reach out to Sage. Clearly, Path of Exile. Clearly, Path of Exile is more important than the Cloud. This son of a bitch. I don't know what the hell he thinks he's on. Some sort of a fucking power trip because he's losing in fucking Fantasy League. Unbelievable what he does. Day in and day out, the fucking abuse that I've got to fucking deal with this ass clown, this absolute stupid idiot. Oh, you were refreshing and I wasn't live. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Take your abuse and shove it. All right, Sage, where would you like me to shove it? It's probably not the best look for the channel. Probably shouldn't have said that. Guess what? I will believe what I want. All I see is your motherfucking Discord and your motherfucking Steam says that you're playing motherfucking Path of Exile. So, I don't know. It seems to me that you've got a wrench in the game Path of Exile and you're looking to play Path of Exile instead of play with me. Well, guess what, Sage? I'm a man and you're a boy. And I'm going to manhandle you. How's that sound? I have Discord, alert people. Okay. Add everyone. Oh, yeah, even though we do it every fucking day at fucking midnight. I'm sorry. I just said I'm a man and you're a boy. And tonight I'm going to get on top of you and I'm going to mount you. Oh, shit. That probably didn't come off the way I intended it to. I meant to say, Sage, it appears to be 12:21. What are you, fucking Aristotle? You fucking Jacques Cartier with your fucking navigation skills? You tell the fucking time by looking at your hand in the fucking midst of the night you can see the sun? Is that what you do? Because if you do, I'm impressed. If you can tell the time with your fucking hand in the middle of the night, alright, you're going to get 4 fantasy points for that in both leagues. Because that's damn impressive. And I'm not going to undersell it. That's pretty damn impressive. At least to me. Alright, Sage, I know you've been waiting all day. You've been trying to be a good boy. And you've been waiting all day to see what's going on in NBA. So let's take a look. Let's take a little peek. You want to take a little peek? Oh no, Sage. I don't know. This might be good news for you as a New York Knicks fan. As a New York Knicks fan, we've got Jared McCain of the Philadelphia 76ers suffering a UCL tear in his right thumb. That's probably what the Knicks want right there. You guys want fucking Jared McCain down, don't you? Don't you? You've got the Pacers signing DeLon Wright, formerly of the Raptors, to a training camp contract. That's unbelievable. This must have been what Shams Charania was talking about. All the news was just going to break late. I don't know who the fuck it is. I don't know. How am I supposed to know who these guys are? I barely know the players that are relevant these days. Oh, they've extended J.J. Redick. Oh, that's a big extension right there. Oh, I like that. That's a lot of NBA news. That's more than what we've reported in the last, 6 weeks combined. J.J. Redick's been extended. There you go. Huge fucking news. Alright, we're going to mostly spend our time on the NL tonight. The Blue Jays got the win. Great, grand, don't care. Lottie fucking da. Don't care. Absolutely don't care. They got the win 6-1. Dalton Varsho hit a big grand slam in the 6th inning. That's his 20th home run of the year, so that is pretty impressive given how many games he's played this year, which is around half the season, maybe a little bit less. George Springer, fucking 2-run dinger in the... Was his a 2-run? Was all our runs in the 6th inning? Yeah, all our runs was in the 6th inning. He hit a 2-run home run to the opposite field, his 31st of the year. So that's pretty much it for offense. We had 7 hits today. That's better than the 4 we've been getting every other day. Bullpen day, I'm actually going to go through it because I'm intrigued and it's going to help me predict kind of how things could go the next few days with our bullpen. So Louis Varland started the game, 2 innings, 3 strikeouts. I mean, that's fucking damn good. 3.01 ERA. That's damn good. Then Eric Lauer took over 3 1/3 innings, 2 strikeouts, scoreless. So obviously that's good. 3.21 ERA for the year. Uriel Rodriguez, 2/3 of an inning, scoreless, 1 strikeout, 3 ERA in the year. So I mean, these guys are looking pretty good. Braden Fisher got into a little bit of trouble, 1 earned run and 2/3 of an inning, but he's been pretty damn good. He's not on the Brendan Little shit list yet. He probably will be because he's probably not that good of a pitcher, let's face it. Dominguez came in, 2/3 of an inning, scoreless, strikeout, and a hit. So not the best, not the worst. Brendan Little actually came in and had 2/3 of an inning without letting a hit or a walk. That's certainly impressive. And then Jeff Hoffman came in. I'm kind of surprised. Why is Jeff Hoffman coming in? It was a 6-1 ball game. Was there runners on base? No, because Jeff Hoffman's the guy that let runners on base. He came into a clean inning. He let a hit and a walk. I don't know, man. I don't know what to fucking say right now. But I feel like the Jays need to win the next 3. At the very next, the next 2. Again, I sound like an idiot. Because technically speaking, we don't have to win any games if the Yankees don't win any. But the Yankees won today. They won their 5th straight. They beat the lowly White Sox. They were losing at one point, then they weren't. They went into the 9th inning the other night against the White Sox. I believe the Yankees will lose 1 game against the Orioles. So that's fine. I would love it if the Orioles could play spoiler. Now let's talk strength of schedule in terms of the final season or the final series of the season, I should say. So the Yankees, I don't know where these motherfuckers are playing, so let me just get my facts straight, my ducks in a row for show. 1 second here. So it's going to be, is tomorrow Friday? Can I put that up on a poll? Can you guys tell me if tomorrow is Friday? Tomorrow's Friday. Sage is confirmed. That's why you're paid the big bucks, man. That's why we pay you all them monies. All right. So both the Jays and the Yankees will close out their season at home. Now, the teams they're facing are identical. So let's break down the teams a little bit. Baltimore, I think, was more injury-riddled this year than Tampa. So currently, Tampa's got 77 wins, 82 losses. Baltimore's got 75 and 84 losses. So offensively, the numbers do favor Tampa as the tougher team. They're at 707 runs. Baltimore's at 670. I think Baltimore is a better team than that. I think they, like I said, were more injured. Adley Rutschman was gone for a lot of the year, etc., etc. Now, Baltimore, I don't know how well they're going to be able to pitch, especially after the trade deadline. They've let 771 runs, and Tampa Bay has let 661. So, Tampa definitely looks like the better team. So, strength of schedule is going to favor the Yankees here. We do have a comment I need to get to, sadly. I will be the #1 fan of this chat after a couple of comments because YouTube knows what I say is always very valuable information. Okay, well, you haven't said anything valuable yet, so you're going to have to get back to the drawing board over there. And please don't interrupt when I'm in the middle of a promo. When I'm in the middle of a baseball promo, I'd like it if you guys kept your mouth shut. Okay? Let's get to the matchups. And I believe all the matchups are going to favor the Jays, but it doesn't matter. None of this shit matters. It's like Metallica. Nothing else matters. Tomorrow we've got Shane Bieber going up against Adrian Hauser. I believe Adrian Hauser was acquired from the White Sox, but then again, I could just be talking out of my ass, and I am. Adrian Hauser, what is he doing on the air? Wait, I wasn't talking out of my ass. He was for the White Sox. Never mind. He had a 2.10 ERA for the White Sox, a 4.65 ERA for Tampa, and a 4.04 for his career. So I've got to say, and it does not mean shit. Does not mean shit. But Shane Bieber is a better pitcher than Adrian Hauser. 3.57 ERA this year, .96 whip, 3.24 ERA, and a 1.11 whip. So this to me is why we traded Cal Naughton Stevens for fucking Shane Bieber. That's why we made that fucking trade. We need Bieber to be great tomorrow, not just for my fantasy league, but more importantly for the Jays to win this fucking division. So the Jays will be favored to win tomorrow. Doesn't mean shit if you can't hit. Say it with me again. It doesn't mean shit if you can't hit. We do need to hit tomorrow. Now, as for the Yankees, they've got Trevor Rogers of Baltimore toeing the rubber. Trevor Rogers has been terrific this year. A 1.35 ERA. Is that even real? 1.35 ERA. This lefty's outstanding. 106 innings pitched, a .87 whip. For his career, he's got a 3.74 ERA. But a 1.35 ERA. Okay, that might be something good. He's a left-handed pitcher. That might be the break we need. I don't know. Up against Will Warren. Will Warren strikes people out. 164 strikeouts in 157 innings this year. He's got a 4.35 ERA this year and a 5.1 ERA in his young career. It's based on 180 innings. So, I don't know what the odds are going to say. The odds will probably favor the Yankees at home, but that pitching matchup certainly does favor Baltimore. So, we'll see how that pans. Again, I'm just saying what is fucking favored and what isn't. We'll take a quick little peek at the comments here. Justin Bieber pitching tomorrow. Okay. It's Shane Bieber. He has a mustache, something Justin Bieber is incapable of growing. So get your facts straight, okay? Come on. So let's go ahead. Let's look to game 2 for the next two teams. The next two teams being the Yankees and the Jays. And this is where it gets a little bit interesting. You've got Shigano up against Schittler for the Yankees. You got to hope Schittler shits the bed. I'll let him take, he can let 11 earned runs in my fantasy league. And I'd be very happy. Cam Schittler, it's time for you to shit the bed. 66 innings pitched this year, 75 strikeouts. He's got pretty good stuff. Walks can be a problem. 3.27 ERA. Baltimore is going to be pests, though, on offense. I do trust that. They're up against Tomohiko Sugano, 4.54 ERA. That game has to favor New York. And then we've got a very interesting matchup. No pressure whatsoever on my young pitcher, Trey Yesavage. Trey Yesavage with a 5 ERA, 11 strikeouts in 9 innings pitched with a 1.44 whip. His last outing in the 4th inning, it all fell apart, but his ERA was compounded by the fact that our bullpen, I think Brendan Little and company, came in and let 2 runs that, they couldn't strand any base runners. So I think we know Trey Yesavage has the ability to mow down teams. He's up against Josh Boyle. Josh Boyle, 26 years old, 4.4 ERA, 1-3 on the year, 53 strikeouts in 47 innings, a 1.34 whip. 4.88 ERA for his career. He's 6'8", and I don't think he throws that hard. I don't know. Look him up. I don't care. This matchup, I love Trey Savage. It's going to be nice to see him have to, right away, being thrown into the pressure. That's his third major league game to start his career, so that's pretty crazy. And then wait, they don't have the Sunday matchups yet? Why don't they have the Sunday matchups, man? I got to press over. Now, there is some to be determined, because it is obviously going to be to be determined. So, if needed, let's say the Jays win the next 2 games and the Yankees, like they're eliminated by the time Game 3 comes around. Well, then, we're not going to play Kevin Gausman. But if we need a win to end the year, we're going to have to play Kevin Gausman. So, Kevin Gausman will be going up against Ian Seymour on Sunday to close out the year. This Ian Seymour, 26 years old, has a great ERA as a rookie, 2.85 ERA, 57 strikeouts, a 108 whip. It doesn't sound promising, to be honest, if we have to win that game. And we probably are going to have to win that game. On the flip side, the Yankees will be going up against Kyle Bradish. 2.25 ERA this year. Has only logged 28 innings. 39 of them strikeouts. Wow, 39 strikeouts and 28 innings. This is why Baltimore didn't win this year. They had some injuries to their pitching. 3.46 career ERA. Okay, so he's not a shitty pitcher. Great. That's what I like to see. And they'd be going up against Louis Gill. 3.29 ERA in 52 innings. Only 39 strikeouts. 1.44 whip. So that strikeout ratio extremely low, given the fact that this guy's letting a lot of motherfuckers on base. For his career, a 3.49 ERA. But the strikeouts look a lot better for his career. So I don't know if he's coming back from an injury or what. Again, that's just your pitching matchups. I'm not making any predictions. It's going to be hard. I feel like we need to win the next 3 games to get in. And none of these teams are going to be easy to beat. Let's just put it down. That way. All right, we're not moving off of baseball yet, because I told Sage yesterday that we are going to go over the situation brewing in the National League, because we don't spend any time going over the National League, which we should be. I know that the Dodgers won their 12th division out of the last 13 years, which is pretty fucking impressive. So let's just break it down. So from A to Z. So it looks like Milwaukee will be the number 1 seed in the NL. 96 and 63. Kind of weird. There's not going to be one team in the majors this year with 100 wins. Kind of unbelievable to me. You've got the Philadelphia Phillies in second place at 94 and 65. And I'm telling you, they're going to be a tough out in the playoffs, too. The Los Angeles Dodgers, believe it or not, 1 win less than the Jays at 90. So they're 90 and 69. They've won their division, though, so we don't really have to worry. All these guys have clinched their division. So there's not going to be any movement for the top 3, other than maybe the seeding between Philadelphia and Milwaukee. When was the last time there were no 100-win teams? I don't know, Dan. Get on your little chat GPT and find that out. When was the last time there were no 100-win teams in a season in the major leagues? That's a good question to ask, actually. Now, if we turn our attention to the wild card, okay, very interesting. So, the White Sox have punched their ticket. They've already clinched a wild card. They're 89 and 70. You know, they look pretty damn good. The San Diego Padres, also a very good team, 87 and 72. They've punched their ticket. They've clinched the wild card as well. Now, the New York Mets, who have been playing like absolute dog shit for a long time. Okay, so I'll just take a look at the chats. 2014, in that year, the Los Angeles Angels finished with the best record in baseball, 98-64, and no other club reached 100 wins. 2014 doesn't sound right. Just because, I guess that's the one good year they had with Albert Pujols. Wow. Because they were pretty much losers since they had Mike Trout and Albert Pujols. But yeah, it's been a while. How many times has it been in the modern era? So in the modern era, which I believe is from 1980 to present, how many teams, how many seasons have we had without anyone winning 100? I'm going to get back to it. But yeah, the fucking New York Mets, they've been playing so bad though, man. Like it's been terrible. They're in jeopardy of like fucking missing the playoffs right now. They're 82-77 with the budget that they're paying. It's pretty crazy. They're only one game up on the Cincinnati Reds, who are 81-78. 2 games up on the Diamondbacks. I don't think the Diamondbacks have enough to kind of cut into it. I'm interested though. I'm kind of interested to see like who these teams are playing to close out. So I'm just going to take a quick look at the schedules for tomorrow or today, depending on how you look at the world. So we're looking for the Reds. So the Reds are against the Brewers. So the Reds have their hands full, as do the D-backs, up against the Padres to close out the season. And the Mets have the Marlins. So, I mean, the Mets should be able to close out, but they've got Alcantara they got to play against. And then Yuri Perez. That might not be as easy as you think, actually. I don't think that the Diamondbacks are going to make it. Do not know the tiebreaker situation whatsoever. Reds or Mets? I'm going for the Reds. I like what the Reds are building. I love their ballpark, so hopefully the Reds will win. The Boston Red Sox did not clinch tonight with the loss, so they're at 87 wins. Detroit, they're not clinched, they're at 86. The only team vying for a position is Houston at 85 wins. So a lot of shit unsettled. It seems like Boston will make it. 3 teams from the AL East will make it. Detroit and Houston, though, like, I'd hate to be, especially Detroit. Remember going into the All-Star game? They were like the best record in the AL. They voted in the most people, fans that voted them. What a fall from grace, I will say right now. Yeah, but I said modern era, but I'll read your response. 7 full seasons since 1969, so there's really only been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7 full seasons, okay. 1972, I don't know if that's modern. I thought modern was 80, but maybe it's 1970. Maybe it is 1970. So basically 7 full years out of how many would that be? That would be, what, close to 55 years? 55, 56 years? I think that's 56 years, no? So yeah, it's pretty rare to go without a 100-win team, honestly. But I guess it happens more. But as you can see by the dates, it seems more common in the 80s and the 70s than like since 2000s. Because you had 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons in a row from 1981 to 1984 where there was no one with 100 wins. Probably because the competition was a bit tighter those years. That's before you had teams like the Yankees buying, Boston buying, etc., etc. Only 3 teams since 2000, so that's pretty crazy. That 4 years in the 80s. No one in the 90s. None in the 90s. That's what I remember about the 90s. Is the 90s there was always powerhouses. There was always powerhouse teams over 100. It's just fucking crazy. Like in the 90s. The 90s things are better, you know. Every kid should grow up in 90s baseball with steroids in the fucking air. It's the way it should be, man. It's the way it should be. All right, I think we've gone over baseball enough. We'll see what happens. I'm pretty confident that the Yankees will win the division and we will not. I would love to eat my words, but unfortunately, I've never been wrong. So you guys are going to be very mad at me. Very mad at me. I think there's no problem bringing steroids back. You know, I'd be a big advocate for it, Sage. I think you start putting little steroids and you're done here. At the end of the day, I don't see any fucking any reason why that would affect your health or anything, man. It's good for you. Cleans out the system, right? All right. I don't know if you guys watched the game tonight. Seattle on the road against the Cardinals. To me, this shouldn't have been as close as it was at all. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba had a very bad block that would have pretty much sealed the game, in the mid to late fourth quarter. A dumb block that didn't even impact the play. Those are the blocks I don't like, is when it's like not even going to impact the play. You know, if your quarterback's about to fucking take a goddamn shot and potentially turn the ball over, those are good fouls to take. But when it's like a foul on the other side of the field, those are not good to take at all. Now, I said going into the game that Sam Darnold would need to throw 2 picks in order to cough the game up. Well, he didn't do that, unfortunately. So, Arizona falls to 2-2. This is the second straight week in a row where they've lost to a walk-off field goal. Last week it was 16-15 against San Fran. This week it's 23-20 to Seattle. Good on them for getting back in the game. Again, that hold call. Can't be doing that, Jackson and Jigba. You're not even a good blocker, man. So you should just don't even try blocking. How's that sound? Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. I mean, Kyler Murray needs to play a lot better. He needs to secure the ball. He took 6 sacks. That does tell me he's under pressure. I said Seattle's got a good defense. Threw 2 interceptions. He did have 2 touchdowns as well. That, to me, is not really going to cut it. He did rush for 41 yards. That's fine. Most of it coming from a 29-yard dash. But Sam Darnold was the better quarterback. 18 for 26. Only 1 touchdown, but a 9.3 average to a 4.9. Clearly the more effective quarterback. Took 3 sacks. 111.4 rating. So, played very good. My guy, Kenneth Walker, 81 yards on 19 carries for Seattle. It's a 4.3 average, but I'm kind of getting pissed off with the usage that they're doing with Zach Charbonnet. He only had 39 yards on 12 carries, but he stole a touchdown. Using him around the goal line is kind of pissing me off a little bit. That's all I'm going to say about it. I don't have any more comments. As for Trey Benson, who I thought was a great add in fantasy, he only had 35 yards on 8 carries. However, pretty decently efficient, 4.4 yards per carry. And he did have 5 receptions for 19 yards, so not bad there. It was nice to see Marvin Harrison have a couple grabs, bringing a touchdown in for fantasy purposes. But, yeah, the team that I thought would win won. I thought they'd cover that 1.5 spread as well, so I'm off to a good start for the week. Seattle is a scary team, in my opinion. They are young. Their oldest offensive lineman is 26 years old. They can run. They've got some weapons on offense. And I think Sam Darnold might be in a scheme that's going to fit him. So I certainly think... Okay, I don't think Sam Darnold is a world beater, in my opinion. He is a world beater. He can throw down the field. He was more efficient than anyone throwing down the field last year. But the thing I think is he's way better than Geno Smith. So I really think Seattle this year, with some of the guys they've got, they're going to have a big year. I actually think they'll be better than San Francisco. Potentially better than the Rams. Though the Rams, I like a lot of their defensive players, but I don't necessarily like Matt Stafford's health. So a lot of it's going to come down to Matt Stafford and his health for me. Sage says, more steroids. I'll start doing that Donair juicing. I love it. Sage says, you got to get angry at Marvin. Drops Harrison. Oh, he had a touchdown. Damn, LOL. Yes, he did. He had 6 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown. Dan says he'll take Marv. Well, I will trade Marv away. I need running backs. I need a stable of running backs. I've got Jordan Addison coming back. I'll have Rashee Rice coming back. Matthew Golden will grow into his own. If you guys want Marvin Harrison, give me a call and offer a fucking running back. That's all I fucking have to say about the matter. Next question. All right. Let's just see if there's anything else to break down in this game before we get to fantasy sports there. Damn, 6 sacks by Seattle, though. You got 1.5 by Leonard Williams, former Titan. Former Titan right there. Tyrese Knight with a half, or Josh Joby with a half sack. Drake Thomas with a sack. Ernest, my boy, my middle linebacker, Ernest Jones the fourth. 8 total tackles with a half sack. That's getting the job done right there. Thank you, Ernest. Our linebackers haven't been producing. You've earned your spot into my roster every fucking week with this performance. Thank you so much, Ernest. We appreciate your service big time. I'll tell you, and Jigba looks like a problem, though. He looks like a problem. A problem blocking. No, but he's good with the ball. He's good catching the ball. All right. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. Okay, I meant to say a fucking New York Giant, Sage. I meant to say a New York Giant. I remember there was a year when you wanted fucking Leonard Williams. That's what it was. There was a year where you really wanted Leonard Williams. Am I wrong? I mixed it up, man. My brain's a little scrambly at this hour. I understand, Sage. It was Giants, and I got it mixed up because you were so sure the Titans were going to take them, and they never did. It's all coming back to me now. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's edit that part out. Let's edit that part out. All right. We do need to take a look at the scoreboard for Pete Rose Bowl Cut. It was just 10-5-1. I don't know if there's any games going on, so I'm not really sure why the score changed. Anyways, if it's 10-5 or 9-6, it's a close series. I'm just getting a little pissed off. Sage kind of sticking around a little bit. Kind of sticking around a little bit too long. But anyways, 9-6-1. Something's tied that wasn't tied. I'm not sure what the fuck's going on, how that changed. The batting average keeps changing. All right, so the average has been changing. Okay. So that's a bitch. Gotta win the wins. Gotta win the wins. Sage hit more home runs than I did today. He had a better day offensively. We'll see what happens. 9-6-1. I have a feeling we're going to blow it. I think we're going to blow it. You got a Nets awesome team up 13-2 against Alejandro's astounding team. You got a 9-6-1 matchup against the Dark Sliders. And you've got Orange Juicy Fruit with a 14-2 win. Or, well, I know he's going to win, but 14-2 lead. And I've hit the most home runs in the league, tied with Orange Juicy Fruit. Yet, I'm still in danger of not meeting my home run victory, because Sage has 21. Jesus, fuck. Nick Kurtz hit 2 tonight. That puts him up at 22. A lot of power. A lot of power right now. We'll see what happens. Pitching certainly favors me for starters, but I feel like I'm going to lose this week. I'm just going to set my roster, make sure it's set. Sage, do you need a screenshot? Do you need me to prove that I've got George Kirby and Shane Bieber penciled in to start tomorrow? All right, I will post the screenshots in case there's any more fuckery. Don't forget, I have not forgot about the Gavin Williams fiasco. Here you go, Sage. Sending this to you in hot. Coming in on Discord there. If you're not a Discord member, then fuck you. Actually, I gotta start throwing those codes out a little bit more. Oh wait, build up the Twitter base a little bit first, and then we'll go from there. All right, we do have some reports coming out of OJ's juicery. And reports, let's just see what is going on here. In the wee hours, you got fourth quarter Steven adding Kyle Monange, running back of the Chicago Bears. Just in case DeAndre Swift goes down, or in case I acquire DeAndre Swift. Tim Tebow Bible Club has dropped James Conner and is holding a ceremonial funeral for Mr. Conner. Sage says, I keep forgetting to put Lauer in. Yeah, I've noticed that, actually. I did notice that. All right, so our scorecard after one day. We'll go over the scores and the projections, etc., etc. Fourth quarter, Stevens up 60.5 against Patchwork Pigskins. It's a big series for me. I do not want to remain in the cellar. And this kind of a basement match right here. I'm like a barnyard cat, though. I'm tough as hell. I'm projected for 289. She's projected for 292. Tommy Callahan's auto parts not looking very good. 6.6 against butt fumble safeties, 9.6. Projected for 282. Whereas butt fumble safety is projected for 288. Deflate these balls looking like a juggernaut in terms of projections at 315.6. Losing 41.6 to 0 against TDs in your face, but she's projected for 290. So, could go either way. Hard Counter Net is up 16.9 to Tim Tebow Bible Club, projected for just under 290. Tim Tebow Bible Club is projected for just under 293. So a lot of matches this week. I'm very, very excited to break down the X's and O's tomorrow, but that's all we got for you for tonight. That's it. I'm out of here. Sage, good luck. Good luck. You're gonna fucking need it, bitch. I didn't mean to say that. That's bad karma. I'll trade you though, Sage. If you want to make the trade, I'll make one trade. You get your fucking Pete Rose bowl cut. You get the Rose Cup. Okay? But the Blue Jays win the division. Okay? If you accept this trade, I will accept. So it's on you. It's on you, Sage. Do not decline this trade. If there's one trade I ask you not to decline, it's this one. And don't ask for a counteroffer. Alright, Sage has agreed to this. So if you win and then the Jays lose, you'll be stripped of your first round pick in both drafts next year. Do you agree to that? Because that's how these trades work. You're guaranteed the Jays the division in exchange for your own personal selfish victory, right? You'd be stripped of first round picks if it didn't happen. If the Jays didn't win the division and you won the championship. Okay? Think about it. Think about it. I will strip you. I will strip you like a whore, son of a bitch. Oh, God. Alright. I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm done. You'll sacrifice your first 5 picks. Alright? You'll sacrifice your fucking first fucking 5 fucking picks. That's what's gonna happen. I'm sorry that Mr. Savage infiltrated my fucking stream. How was I supposed to do anything about that? My wrenches are supposed to guard me against that sort of filth. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Alright, we gotta call it there before I gotta call Saul, because there's gonna be a lawsuit here soon, I can tell. I can smell it in the air tonight. Have a good night, guys. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm not looking through your fucking window. I'm not looking through your window. I'm not a fucking peeping Tom or peeping Tim, whatever it's called. You hear chatter outside? I'll have to keep it down next time. I'll have to keep my voice a little lower. How's that sound? Alright. Have a good night, guys. This just got filthy. See you tomorrow.